So the other day I was asked about when would be the right time to trade in or sell your car if you buy it. When would be the best time to save on depreciation when you're an owner of a car versus leasing a car. So I wanted to answer that. I recorded another video on buying versus leasing because I think that really plays into this whole answer. But let's talk about just being an owner of a car and when would be the right time to get out. So I think when you're going to buy a car and you're going to keep it for a long time, I think you need to consider a few things. And one of those is the options that you get on the car when you buy it. A lot of times when you get more options, you don't get that return when you go to trade in that car or buy it or sell it. So for example, if you get an option that is $1,000 when you buy the car new, you might only get another $200 or $300 for that option when you go to trade that car in. So be conscious of that when you're getting a car with a lot of options. They're great, but just remember that you're not going to get all that money back in return when you go to trade that car in or sell it. As far as getting rid of a car or when the right time is to trade that car in, there's a few breaking points. One of them with the year of the car and one with the mileage. So I think there's a mental block when somebody gets to a certain mileage. So I always think of the end user. So if somebody's going to be buying that car from a car dealer like myself, very rarely is someone going to buy a car with more than 70,000 miles. So I think when you are looking to trade a car in, dealers are more prone to give you more money for a car that has 60,000 miles or less. I think when you get into that 60, 70,000 mile range or past that, those cars end up going out to small car lots or other lots where those cars don't bring as much value. So I would suggest if you're thinking of trading in your car, do it before it hits the 60,000 miles. The next thing is the year of the car. Most banks do not want to finance cars that are more than 5 or 6 years old. So as a dealer, if we're taking a car in on trade that is more than 5 or 6 years old, we consider our ability to be able to sell that car and get financing for that customer on that car. So I would tend to say 6 years to 60,000 miles would be probably the benchmarks that I would look for. But if you have a car that you plan on keeping longer and you enjoy not having payments on your car, then definitely keep it longer and save that money. But I think the next milestone becomes 100,000 miles. I think once you pass that 100,000 mile mark, again, it's a mental block that people have that they don't want to buy a car with more than 100,000 miles, and that is starting to change. But I think I would probably be safe at stopping at 100,000 miles. Outside of that, I think that hanging on to a car for that long, not from a selfish standpoint, but really from a consumer standpoint, brings its own risks. There's problems that can come up with transmissions and engines that are unforeseen and that nobody can really predict. So if you are going to keep the car for that long, I would strongly suggest that you look at getting an extended warranty on the car. It gives you great peace of mind, and for some cars it's very affordable to be able to get some extended coverage, even if it's for more catastrophic failures. So you can buy extended warranty coverage that would only cover the engine and transmission, but wouldn't cover the radio or power windows on your car, so that your cost of the warranty is not that expensive. So I hope that information was helpful. If there's anything else that I can answer for you, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook or send me an email at alex@andreus.com.